Okay, so welcome to a new development here at Plainmoor, a new initiative, Chairman's Chat, which is going to be a monthly roundup with the co-chairman of Torquay United. So I'm delighted to say that, quite rightly, I'm joined by Michael Westcott and Mark Bowes-Cavanagh. It's been about a month since the new consortium, the Bring consortium, of course, took charge at Torquay United. How are you finding it? And most importantly, are you enjoying it?
I think we're loving it. Has it been a month already?
I know, it doesn't seem like that, does it? It's so enjoyable so far. We've enjoyed the opportunity, the challenge that we've been given so far, haven't we? And everyone's jumped in, every member of the consortium. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's been busy. Obviously, if you remember, the end of the season finished on April the 20th, and we got the keys effectively to Plainmoor only about three and a half weeks ago. So we've been in massive catch-up mode, but I think we're delighted, aren't we, with progress on all fronts.
Yeah, in 4 weeks the progress is incredible. I know we're going to talk a little bit more about some of those aspects, but you think the fiscal policy, getting the club back on an even footing, the players we've brought in, and then the commercial aspects and the communication with the fans, I don't think anyone would deny there's been a massive improvement.
Now, obviously, we've just touched upon there that there's been so much to catch up on, so much time. You know, the start of seeing the fixture list, it doesn't seem that long before they're going to be with us. Has it helped that there's been so many people on this board that bring different skills and have different backgrounds to the party?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the six of us bring lots of different skills to the party. Just for instance. So we've had Tom Allen in our group, who's from the music and digital world, who has helped us instigate the new ticketing system. He was very instrumental in the fan survey. We've got Simon Robinson, who's getting very much involved in some of our community development programmes and going to join us on the board of the Community Sports Trust here at Torquay United. You've got Mark, who's taken a lot of the lead on the commercial side of things. You've got Matt and Rob, who've been helping Mark and Sharon with a lot of the sponsorship packages and general engagement with the business community. So everyone's pitched in. Everyone brings skills to the table, and we're super fortunate to have all those skills available to us, aren't we, Mark?
Yeah, we're all finding our feet a little bit with the club. There was so much to get on with getting a team, recruiting those players. Like Michael just intimated, you know, all the ticketing side of things, making it easier for supporters, get supporters back into the club from the community, and then all the commercial aspects. You know, we've got a lot of sponsors who've been very loyal to this club over the past few years, who've walked away from it, and now they want to come back. And I think we've incorporated them back with a very strong sponsorship programme next season. And everything is moving in a very, very upward trajectory. So we're excited about that. And all the members, like Michael said, of the consortium, I mean, Tom's done an absolutely exceptional job with the ticketing. And you know when it's just right. You know when you all get together and it's not just over a pint or something. You just know you can get on with those people for various aspects, even though we've been thrown together, 3 months ago. There's some really, really positive times ahead, and I'm excited about the future, because this is only the start.
And the chemistry's
right.
really,
it's
really strong with the group. And you know, for example, we've had Sam Barnes was come in as a non-exec director who sits on the board of PepsiCo, who's been really helping us around some of the legal stuff, how we think about structuring the club going forward. We've had a lot of legal work to do with contracting players, writing a whole new framework for corporate sponsorships, for example. So look, as we said before, this is a massive reset for the club, and what we're experienced at is understanding how businesses work and resourcing them accordingly and getting all of those functions firing. And I think, a bit like Mark, this has been a bit of an accidental consortium that's come together, but what a glorious accident it's been, because look, the guys are super committed. They really care about this club. Remember, we're all fans first, but we're fortunate enough to have a lot of business experience behind us, and putting that and being able to put that now into action has been fun, but most importantly, been effective, isn't it?
And we shouldn't underestimate the work that Michael's done in bringing this consortium together. It was no mean feat in the time scale, and it doesn't just come together. Like, there's been a lot of work, and like Michael said quite rightly, Rob and Sam have done an amazing job in the background, getting so many players' contracts sorted out, getting all the paperwork done. The thing that we've said, me and Michael, you know, when we've got together socially, is every person on that consortium is a winner in their own way, in their own businesses, and we don't like losing. And that's why I'm so positive about the future, because I know that even though we're fans, we're business people, and we want this club to be somewhere different in the next few years. And that's why I want the fans to be excited about all that as well, because we're really excited.
And one thing you've touched upon there is that you are all successful business people, and with that in mind, how do you envisage the day-to-day running of the club going?
Well, it starts with people. All businesses rise and fall on the strength and depth of the skill set and the attitude and commitment of its people. And we've been blown away by how quickly the staff at Plainmoor have embraced us and embraced our new ideas. But like any team needs a captain, needs leadership. And we are delighted we're going to be formally announcing this week that Joe Lovell will take on the permanent CEO role. We've brought in Mark Lovell, who is currently Chief Exec at the Plymouth Argyle Community Trust, and he's going to be coming in on a consulting basis and assisting Joe in that CEO role. So we've got there two extremely bright, very experienced individuals that will be leading the day-to-day management of the club, and with those two, particularly Joe and Mark and I will be working with them and directing them, but they're ultimately responsible for delivering on the plan and working with all of the team here at Plainmoor.
And one of the other things that excited a lot of supporters was Supporters Trust involvement with the consortium. Are you able to just clarify what the Trust's involvement with the football club is going to be initially and perhaps long term?
Yeah, so we're very close to executing on the initial phase of that, which will see the Trust injecting a sum of money from their Forever Yellow fund. That will then secure a shareholding in Torquay United. It secures them a protected seat on the board. Phase 2 will be a community share issue, which will allow fans and supporters to subscribe to a share issue into the club, and that will then secure a second seat, protected seat on the board. And this is in line with, we've been consistent about this right the way through, that this is a club that is of and by its supporters, and we want to give a real sense of ownership to supporters, to have their say and have a voice in terms of how this club is run, and that's what we're following through on right now.
Yeah, we're delighted the Trust are involved. I think a lot of people thought, how do you get the Trust involved in the football club and the entrepreneurial side, the business side? But they've been absolutely fantastic in their cooperation. You can see them around the ground. You know, when we lost that first bid, you could see the disappointment in their eyes. So we were just as excited to be told we were the winning bid, to be able to tell them as well. So as I say, it's very exciting times ahead. I think we're going to make a great team together. They've got a really, really important spot on the board as well. They've got certain types of issue where they're in charge of things that moving forward in the club, which I think is correct. At the moment we're custodians of the club. We're looking after this club for them. So yeah, we're all very excited, and I think what has been shown over the last few months and how far we've come and how far that relationship has blossomed, and it's only going to blossom further, and all we've got to do now is get it right on the pitch, isn't it, really? That's the next stage, really, and that's what everyone wants to see, success for the club.
It's all well and good, we haven't lost a game yet.
Yeah.
100% records, that's not bad going. It's and looking at the wider fan base, you must have been impressed, you must have been astonished, like we all have been, by the reaction to the season ticket sales that have gone on. I mean, we've only been looking at just over 10 days as we're doing this interview, and there's been almost 1,100 season tickets sold. That just shows you what this fan base and what this club's potential is.
Yeah, I mean, Dom, this isn't any ordinary club. You know, not being arrogant, this club shouldn't be in National League South. It's got a massive supporting base. Me and Michael were very privileged to attend on behalf of Torquay United at the National League AGM, and it's clear Torquay United need to get promoted, and we need to go up the leagues. I'm not surprised by the season ticket. volume at the moment. I think that's come down to a lot of good communication. I think it's a change in the club's direction. I think it's the incorporation of having the trust involved. I just think it's going to be a really good place to be on a Saturday and during the midweek. I think people want to get back behind their club. We said before, we've put the money in to give this club back to the community, and I think the community is showing how much they care about this club. And as I say, it is overwhelming. I think, and it's only going to get better. You know, I think those ticket sales will go higher and higher, and for 10 days, it's remarkable, really.
Yeah, our fan base is extraordinary, and in some respects, I'm not massively surprised about how loyal they've been through all of this. And I think that we need to give them a little bit of joy back and restore a bit of pride about being a supporter of this club. And I hope they can feel that we feel the same. We are fans first and foremost, and we want to run this club in a way that reflects our fan base. And I think I've said that before, but now it's time to put those warm words into some action, and we'll be judged on what we do. And the brilliant thing about being supporter-led, including the trust involvement, which will be formalised very quickly, is then we're accountable to the fans. And that, you know, our sense is then we've got an open, democratic club that reflects the supporters that it serves. So.
And very early on, you gave the supporters the chance to have their say with the online survey. Has there been any main talking points, anything that you've been able to already glean from that? Any strong thoughts from the fans?
Well, there's been loads of thoughts that the fans have had, so I wanted to thank them for an extraordinary response on that, because that took a good 20 minutes to complete. So we had, I think, 1,100 responses or something like that, which is, you know, a significant sample base. What are they most het up about? They want the match day experience to improve. What we've been able to do immediately is get rid of that crazy £2 surcharge on the gate. The ability for people who make a late decision on a Saturday or a Tuesday night to rock up to Plainmoor and just pay on the gate and come in. And so that was easy. That was an easy peasy thing for us to sort. The other things were around about that Plainmoor's felt a bit tired, slightly shabby. Thanks to the incredible volunteers' effort, you're going to find that there's a bit more liquor paint and Plainmoor will feel a bit more up together. But on a practical basis, you've been doing a lot of this, Mark, improving that hospitality, because that is really important to us commercially, that companies in the area can feel proud to bring their customers here and entertain them. And that's a massive improvement you'll make. So you'll see quite considerable. There's a ton of decoration and decorating going on, and dozens of people in here during the week and over the weekends, marshalled by the trust, all voluntary, which is incredible. But yeah, we've taken a lot of their practical suggestions, improving the food, the catering side at the kiosk. We're working with people like Rockfish on menu ideas and stuff like that. So you're going to see quite a significant number of developments that will improve that match day experience and make this place a fun place to come again.
Yeah, whether you want to come with your partner, your friends, your family, this is going to be the place to be on a Saturday afternoon or a Tuesday or Wednesday night. The hospitality, we're going to make it real nice experience in terms of better food, but not just forget about the fans and what they want as well. We're not going to turn it into sort of prawn sandwiches and champagne. We're going to make sure there's an avenue for everybody at this football club. And like I said before, it's not just a football club. We went to the Business Awards, we were talking there. This means so much around here, and we can get so much more out of this football club as well. So if we all come together and we make the changes that the survey has brought back to us, I really do think it's only going to be in our, it's going to be in our favour for the future moving forward.
So we only touched on a few things that came out of the survey, and a lot of them some fantastic ideas, some of which we'll be able to implement this season. Some will require a bit of a remodelling and something we might look addressing at the end of next season. You know, this is a marathon, not a sprint. But stuff we can execute on immediately we have that makes a tangible difference to people's either experience here or how it allows them to come to games easily.
We can't extend the trophy cabinet at the moment, we've got to wait for the successes on the pitch of that. But that's going to happen as well. That's something we're going to work on next summer.
Well, I think we've done quite well, actually, because we haven't discussed things on the pitch too much. Of course, football clubs are always going to be judged by the results on the pitch. So tell us, how excited have you been about the impact that Paul Watton's had, the players that he's brought in, the player reveals that have gone down so well?
Yeah, I think a couple of aspects there that you've mentioned. First of all, the player reveals and Cutleaf have done an absolutely exceptional job with that. They've created a real enthusiasm. I think people are picking up their phones at 12 o'clock and 5 o'clock and seeing these players come in, and you've done a great job with that, Dom, as well, working with them as well. But, you know, I'm really excited about the players. When me and Mike first spoke about who could we bring in, and it just so happened that Neil was available at the time, and then we all got together and we all said Paul Watton. We knew he was under contract, but we wanted him. He has a great knowledge of South West football. He's done an absolutely exceptional job with the players he's brought in. I think we got 13 in, perhaps another 3 on the way as well. We've got a good balance. We're going to be really strong next season. You know, what can the fans expect? We can't guarantee. I mean, we can't guarantee promotion. We can't guarantee we'll be the best, you know, sort of skillful side in the league. But what I can guarantee is every single player next season, the fans can be guaranteed will give 100% for this football club. And I think it's been something that a lot of the fans have been upset about, you know, in terms of this idea of us being full-time professionals playing against part-time footballers and not seemingly giving enough on the pitch. That's something that's not in the vocabulary for Paul Watton. Paul Watton will have them absolutely moving. They have them fit. And, you know, with a little bit of luck and the team coming together over pre-season, we've got an exceptional chance of going up. I personally believe we will go up. You know, by hook or by crook, we will go up. But there's a lot of work to be done on the pitch pre-season, and I appreciate the fact that, you know, only having one player signed on at the start of the season, it's quite some mountain to climb. Yeah. But we're getting there. And, you know, I can't wait. You know, Thursday this week, I'm really excited. It's our first sort of pre-season training session. I'm going to go down there to a few pre-seasons, not to try and get in the team, but to try and support Paul.
You want to, though, really, don't you?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm too old. Those days have gone, my knee's gone. But I want to support Paul 100%. I know it's going to be a tricky job, but I think in the early weeks of any football season, I think it's important that everyone comes together, and that's including the fans. You know, just remember where we were at the end of last season. Come together, be supportive, and get behind the team, because let's make this a fortress, Plainmoor next season. Let's make it really difficult for sides to come here. We make it difficult when we go away because we take such, you know, loyal supporters there. Let's make sure we make this a fortress. Let's start well, and anything is possible.
What we love about Paul's mantra is that you win or you shed blood trying. And that, I think, fans are going to see a massive difference in the attitude of players and the sort of brand of football. As he said, an uncompromising brand of football. And having had an inkling of what the training regime will be from Thursday, these guys are going to be fit, aren't they?
Yeah, and he's brought a great assistant in who's you know, very much on the stats, very much looks at the fitness programs and things. And, you know, these players who have come along and we've seen on these videos, you know, don't put any doubt on this. You know, there's been a lot of background work in why we feel this is a good fit for the football club. You know, some of those players have been doing exceptionally well at Bath, Truro, etc. And some of them have played higher leagues and just lost themselves a little bit. And we're going to bring them back into this friendly club, and we're going to bring a team together that's really going to give 100% on that pitch.
A couple of things that's also been brought up by supporters in terms of recruitment is part-time, full-time players, and also where the training is going to take place. Is there anything that you can share with supporters regarding that?
Yeah, so we've signed, as of today, 13 players, 2 of which are on part-time contracts. Training, we're not using Sealhane this year. We've given that back. We are going to be training 4 times a week. They're going to be training predominantly at South Devon College. And then we've reached an agreement with Buckland Athletic, and we'll be using their pitch, I think, Thursdays.
Thursday nights,
Thursdays for training as well. So, no, we're all set. We're all in a good place on the training side, and that kicks off on Thursday, right?
Yeah, and Dom, in the original model, and this shows how great the work has been done by the management and Paul in general with the team. When we started this, there was talk of going more part-time, because let's be honest, we were being knocked off the pitch by part-time players last season. But credit to Paul, bringing in the players that he has and bringing them part-time. We are going to be very, very organised, and, you know, we're going to have a team that's is going to be more or less full-time next season. And we've taken that budget down to make sure we've got a good fiscal policy, but we've also made sure we're getting real quality for the price that we're paying. And who knows, if things improve, then we can pay more and we can do things. But, you know, it's small steps. small steps, and I'm really. I don't think me and Michael, when we first started, thought that we would be able to sign the best part at the end of this week, maybe 16 players, and have 2 at part-time. I think that probably was a little bit too far for us. But the management, the way everything's been done, the way we've moved in the market, the way we've recruited the players, Neil and Paul have done an exceptional job, and we've now got basically a full-time model.
But Paul will also tell you that players have been massively buying into the Torquay project, the way that Neil and Paul have positioned our ambition, the type of club this is. We've been punching above our weight some of the talent we've been able to get in on the budget that we're running.
Yeah.
And that's a massive credit to those two, that they've been able to recruit the quality that we've got, and we're super excited, aren't we?
Yeah, we've had players who've come to us who've, their clubs, they've done well for their clubs, and then we've basically had discussions with the clubs, and they've said the player wants to go to you, the player wants to sign for Torquay, he wants to play in front of 3,000 fans, or as what we're going to see on the first day of the season, 4,000 fans hopefully, or more. But that's what players want. They want to be at this level and get a move up with a club that is in the upward trajectory, and there's a lot of positive things happening here. Everyone's seeing it everywhere. Even though it's next season, pre-season, we might be playing Wrexham. Who knows? We might get that out there and see if they want to do it. I know our sponsors for our kit, RevComps, are interested in getting that set up, and I'm sure we can get Cutleaf to throw a bit of bait out there to Ryan and his team to see if we can get a game on or something. But let's see.
Exciting times. Had an exciting times this weekend. You talked about all the hard work that's going on behind the scenes, and it's a bit of a time to almost celebrate this Friday with Neil Warnock's show taking place at the Princess Theatre. We've also heard talks that there may be a few player reveals taking place there. Helen Chamberlain, Charlie Baker will be there. It's a really great time for Torquay United to take centre stage and all come together.
Look, I think it will be the biggest night in our club's history, and I don't remember how long. But we're going to have, 1,100 people at the Princess Theatre. Neil's show, by the way, has been playing out to packed out theatres around the country all summer. So, bless him, Neil agreed to do his show gratis to allow, again, more additional funds that it's in his interest, because he knows that those funds are going into the playing budget. So, but it's going to be a fantastic night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We promised some surprises. There will be some player reveals on the night, plus some other stuff happening. And we've got Charlie and Helen that will be part of the show. But I can guarantee a fantastic night for anyone that's either connected with football, but particularly for Torquay fans.
Yeah. I think if you're a Torquay United supporter, this is like a pre-season party. Yeah. This is like, remember where we were, where we are now, where we're going, and what a guy, Neil Warnock, to put all the proceeds towards the football club. It says a lot about the guy. Straight away said that as soon as we started, and they did that press conference at the Live Mead Cliff. He was up for doing a show for us. So it is a pre-season party. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be a lot of fun, and I urge all Torquay United supporters to be there and be part of that.
Now, it's been fantastic catching up with you both. Thank you both for giving time out of your busy schedules to come here today. Will there be an opportunity, because I know that a lot of fans watching this will be wondering, will they have an opportunity to speak to you guys face to face, perhaps during a fans forum?
Yeah, we'd love to arrange that. So, as you might imagine, we've been a bit busy just trying to get things moving this end, but part of the plan, and let's see if we can do that pre-season, is arrange a fans forum. And look, this is all part of the new era of openness and transparency with us. We are, I say, of the fans for the fans, and so no questions off limit. We'll answer them always as honestly and as straight as we can.
Can't be so much fairer than that, can we? Now, the final way that I think we should, and this, Paul Watton's already said what Torquay United supporters can expect from his team out there on the field. What can Torquay United supporters that are going to be coming to Plainmoor, going away from home, expect from their football club this season?
Fun. Not sour faces, not feeling let down. Whether we lose, win or draw, we have fun at this football club. Of course we're going to win. We know that, don't we? We know we're going to get out this league. I know we are. We've got to. But yeah, I want every single person, wherever you come from, whether you're in a family, whether you're in a partnership, whatever, sponsors, I want everyone to have fun. I want smiles on faces. I want everyone to come together, whether it's supporters, management, board, etc. So that's the main thing, I think. Get where we were, where we're going to be in the football, the National League. What was going to happen to this football club? Were we going to go down 9 leagues? We're a long way from there now, and the positivity even around Torquay, and something I said at the Business Awards as well, and it's something to be aware of. This is a Torbay club. This is Torquay, Paignton and Brixham. This is not just about Torquay. So everyone get behind this club, and if we get behind this club and we bring that momentum into this club, we'll all go away with a lot more, and we'll obviously be a massive team together, and we're all going to have fun. And hopefully, the bars are going to be a bit more extended. There's going to be more time after the game to meet the players, maybe have match of the day awards, etc. So we're going to try and bring all this together, get the boots and laces moving more with the club as well. So, yeah, fun's the main thing for me.
And restore a bit of pride.
Yeah.
Look, it's been hard to be a Torquay fan in the last few years. And we felt that a lot of fans are almost like hostages to the football club. We want to turn them back into apostles. Yeah. And enjoy and feel proud to be part of this club, this Bay area. We need something to feel. We need a happy place, and we want Plainmoor to be everyone's happy place again.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, Michael, Mark, thank you for joining us in this first Chairman's Chat, and we look forward to seeing you, along with as much of the Yellow Army as possible, Friday night at the Princess Theatre.
You can count on it. We'll be there.
Thanks, Dom.